how do beavers actually react to like if a new beaver were to enter their territory?
Yeah, so beavers are pretty particular about what other beavers they'll let in their territory. If it's a family member, like a cousin or an aunt or an uncle, they tend to be fairly accepting. If it's their own kid that tried to go start its own life and then maybe didn't make it, comes back to live with mom and dad, pretty accepting. But with random beavers, they're very territorial because they know how much food they have, they know how many resources they have, and they very carefully planned for that. So you can't have all your neighbors coming in and just using it without your knowledge. So they'll ask other beavers to leave.
When you were doing your doctorate, did you ever foresee yourself working on a film that will be seen by millions of people, especially outside the scientific community?
Absolutely not. I never predicted that I would be here. This is such a unique experience that for many years I kept being like, it's got to be fake. Like, I'm just dreaming this. This isn't real. And the more I got to work with the team and visit the campus and go to the field with them, I realized like, oh my gosh, how many scientists can reach such a big audience like this? And I think it's very few, so I feel incredibly lucky.
Amazing. Were there any things that you advocated for from a scientific perspective to be included? Like, I'm thinking of castoreum, that unfortunately didn't make the cut for whatever reason.
Oh, the orange teeth. We talked about it a few times. Beaver's teeth are orange. It's kind of a pet peeve for a lot of beaver folks to have them not portrayed as orange. Because they're coated in iron. It's like really cool. They're self-sharpening little chisels. But after many discussions about the orange teeth, it was pointed out to me that from an artistic standpoint, when you have a brownish orangish beaver and then orange teeth, the visual contrast isn't really there. And I remember one of the meetings, it was so funny. They were like, okay, the teeth can't be orange, but we got off-white. It's not going to be gleaming white teeth. And I was like, I love it. This is our compromise.
Amazing. They held up a Pantone. You're like, I accept.
Yep.
Mabel gets a lot of doors slammed in her face, and yet she persists. What is a door that you felt was slammed in your face and you persisted through?
Oh man, there's so many, honestly. In science and in research and in academia, there's just still quite a bit of sexism, and it can be really difficult. And with beavers especially, I mean, I had people that should have been mentoring me telling me that this research won't go anywhere. It's too niche. It's too out there. Like, this can't actually be that big of a difference. And I'm like a little happy about this movie for that reason, but you have to push through. And if I had caved at any of those points and been like, you know what, I'll study something that's more mainstream, this wouldn't be what it is today, and I wouldn't be what I am, and I love what I am. So, push through the slam doors. It's okay to be mad at the slam doors. I'm still furious about some of them, but I just keep moving forward.
I hope you send them all links to buy tickets to this film.
Instantly.
Not tickets to this film. They can pay.
Yeah, right.
It was really interesting watching the film, seeing kind of like the animal point of view in animation portrayed versus like how the humans do it. Generally speaking, like how do beavers interact with the species around them? Because they're a keystone species, but that doesn't mean they're like hanging out with their buddies. Like, how are they in terms of socialization, I guess?
Beavers are surprisingly chill with other animals. I think they had to learn to be, because once they made this amazing wetland, animals are going to keep coming. And so if they had decided they would just try to push everyone out all the time, what a waste of energy, because it's never going to stop. So they'll let muskrats live in their lodge. They'll let mice and frogs and snakes live in their lodge with them because it's so cozy. The beavers sleep in a big old snuggle pile, and while they don't want the other animals snuggling them, they'll make them their own little rooms. So there can be a little muskrat snuggle pile, a little mouse snuggle pile. The only ones that they don't really want to have there are the predators, understandably, but they don't try to really drive them out. And I think part of that's because so many things come to the wetland that it's almost like safety in numbers. It's making it easier for them to survive, to have everyone else there as a also potential lunch.
Okay, if you had your own pond, what would your pond rule be? Like, what would the rule number 1 be?
If I had my own pond, I think pond rule number 1 would be don't take yourself too seriously, because that is a fast track to just not being happy. And if I was out there having a pond and living in a pond, like, that's goofy. And you got to lean into that because that's more fun.